this is easy.
What is up, GOAT World? It is me, your boy JDZ, and I'm back at you again with another GOAT format video. Today, I have another spicy deck for you guys, another spicy tech. But before we hop on in, if you guys wish to play in some GOAT format events, make sure you look out for the PWCQ that's taking place this Sunday. Also, the GOAT Grand Prix are open and available. If one is in your area, make sure you get out there and play. Signups are open now. Okay, so for the deck that I wish to be playing today, it's going to be this deck. This is basically a GOAT control deck, but I really wanted to feature the trap card Interdimensional Matter Transporter. If you're not familiar with it, here it is. This is an ultra rare from the set Dark Crisis. It is a normal trap card that says target one face up monster you control, banish that target until the end phase of the turn. So this card is actually quite playable in GOAT format, I feel anyway. Maybe people don't agree with me, but I think you have to find interesting ways to put this thing into play. So I think the deck that I have on your screen right now is a way to do that. So really quickly, I'll just kind of point out a couple of those things before we hop into the replay. So Interdimensional Matter Transporter works well with Thousand Eyes Restrict. So of course I want to put this thing in with a GOAT control type thing. You put Thousand Eyes on the field, you play Interdimensional Matter Transporter, you remove it out of play, it comes back free and clear. You can get another suck. You can dodge Snatch Steal, you can dodge Drop Infected Virus, Exile Force, things of that sort. I also wanted to play triple Zaborg in this deck because in a pinch you can use Interdimensional Matter Transporter, move your card out of play, it'll come back, and then you have automatic tribute fodder for a clapback on your opponent. Also, it protects the Blacklisted Soldier, and it'll protect your Magician of Faith, which is another card I want to add into this deck because you have the Shining Angel. It'll get destroyed. You bring Magician of Faith out in attack position. If you felt so inclined, you can Interdimensional Matter Transporter the Magician of Faith. It'll come back. You have two Tsukiyomi as well. You can Tsukiyomi Magician of Faith, and then you're off to the races if you got some Trinity in your graveyard. I also wanted to play the tech Fusilier, the dual mode beast, and looking back at it, when I played this deck, I think Fusilier could be more of a feature of this deck instead of a tech because it does interact well with Interdimensional Matter Transporter. You can banish Fusilier, the dual mode beast, at 14 and it will return to the field at 28. Since you're playing the Metamorphosis, you can play Metamorphosis on the dual mode beast, bring out King Dragoon, and then you have some insulator protection from that Interdimensional Matter Transporter, because typically if you look at the normal decks of GOAT format, there are only going to be so many outs to a King Dragoon. Well, if they waste one of those outs on the King Dragoon and you have the Interdimensional Matter Transporter, it's going to be very, very difficult to get that thing off the field, and it can absolutely solo somebody in the right circumstances. So that's why I wanted to have those cards in this deck. I think it's really cool. Like, I really do believe that this card is super duper playable, and I think that it just takes a little bit of finesse to figure out how to get the best out of it. The side deck seems super duper standard, absolutely nothing to write home about in the side deck, just normal side deck activities. But as always, make sure you get down to the comment section and tell me what you think about Interdimensional Matter Transporter and what you would do to make this card better or get it more playable in GOAT format. And while you're down there, make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe to the channel as we're hopping on over to the replays. On to Replay Town. Okay, so here we are at the replay, and as always, this is the GOAT format rated ladder. So there's going to be some things that you see that aren't the most optimal or the best or the worst or whatever. I would encourage you to pay attention and also provide some feedback in the comments to where I could play better or where my opponent can play better, because these things are going to be a good tool to help people become better at GOAT format, which is what the end goal should be for all of us. As the community gets better at playing, the game gets stronger, and people will have a better time when they're playing if they're able to have more success or whatnot. So just don't stay trash or ass or this or that. Just try to be positive and let's try to help each other out to get better, because I'm always ready to learn. And hopefully if the people who are in these videos, if they're ready to learn, and we all can just, you know, help each other get better. All right, so I will go ahead and go first this time. Winning the rock, paper, scissors. I throw scissors, I go first. Boom, boom, boom. Hands looking pretty chill. My opponent's hand looking quite good as well. I get into the Upstart Goblin, rip it. Hey, GOAT World, it's me, Editor DZ here again. And I noticed as I was watching this video that there was an Upstart Goblin played, but there wasn't one in the actual deck. I think it was from an earlier version that Upstart Goblin was played, and it was later cut. It is what it is. But for that, get into the comment section and use the word Upstart in a comment, and you will be entered to win this Lost Art Dawn's a Luke. Back to the show. Upstart into the dual mode beast. So I'm already half combo because I have the dual mode beast. I have Metamorphosis. I'm feeling pretty good about that. And I'll just go ahead and set the TT, see if I can get a summon, and then get on with my Fusilier dual mode beast plan. So my opponent is playing the warrior strategy. Hand's looking great. Great warrior hand all around. All right, so they're going to jam the Pot of Greed. They should just go ahead and set everything Blade Knight in for 2,000, or hell, they can even MST, set the farm, Blade for 2,000, and I lose. I don't think I can win. All right, but it is what it is. So they go ahead and summon the DD Warrior Lady, get blasted by Torrential Tribute. Hate to see it. Yeah, I think with the Warriors, man, you get down early. I think you can even jam this MST, set your whole thing, and just do what the deck's supposed to do. Blade Knight up and just vibe for $2,000. And I think that's the play. But now that you're going to set one, so I don't like this play either. I think you still want to get all this stuff out of your hand, because I still could play a Trap Does Shoot. I still could play Delinquent Duo. I still could play, cards that can get into your hand. So let's go ahead and get those cards onto the field. The Warriors, they play that Solemn Judgment, man. They're very aggressive with it. So I think that'll probably be a little bit better. And I'm going to go ahead and make the play. I'll go ahead and bring out my guy, the King Dragoon, and then I'm going to smack in for 2,400. So it does not work because my opponent is going to recall the DD Warrior Lady, which I think is okay, which is cool, just to keep their life points a little bit high. And then now they're going to go ahead and jam the Mystical Space Typhoon. I do have the Scapegoats as the chain, so I am kind of goat locked, but maybe they are going to have to attack some of the stuff to get in. Knowing the Warrior player, if they want to win, they're going to have to eventually start to attack. And then I still think this is not the play either. Maybe they just didn't know that this King Dragoon is going to succumb to DD Warrior Lady, or maybe they're trying to get aggressive with this Mirror Force, and maybe I attack into them and they can keep the DD Warrior Lady on the field. It could be what they're thinking, but still, ending with these Solemn Judgments in hand, I still would rather get those things down on the field, because if I play heavy right now, like, what are you really doing? If I play Heavy Storm right now, your whole plan just kind of falls apart. But I'm gonna go ahead and switch the token to attack position, thinking that could be a card that can, trying not to attack into this DD Warrior Lady with my King Dragon, because I don't want to lose it. Then I get the DD Warrior Lady, smack into the token, just get Mirror Force, no big deal, and then I'll just have to pass there. And I could have actually, I could have summoned. So I misplayed there too. I could have put another card onto the field, another monster. I didn't summon that turn, and I think I just wasted some. I could have got the Shining Angel down, either set, or I could have summoned it, or whatever, main phase 2, and kind of chilled there. So that's on me. But still, you got this Blade Knight. You're not pumping him up. I don't know what you're doing with these Solemn Judgments and why you're so reluctant to put them onto the field, but you really got to put those things down and get your Blade Knight up to his full value. Because now I have this main deck Kaiko the Ghost Destroyer, which you probably didn't see coming, and now I'm able to run over this Blade Knight, which is just completely unnecessary, because you had the ability to have that guy at 2,000, no problem. All those cards should be on the field, at least in my opinion. I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong as well, because I'm fully prepared to be wrong on this. As they're going to go ahead and just Dust Tornado the Bluff Knock, no big deal. I'll just bring out the Shining. Mirror Force is gone. TT was a punish, but they didn't have it. 18 is going to try to get in, and now I can take over the GY. They go for the Snatch Steal, which is huge, and then they're going to smash into the Shining Angel. I'll take 4, and then I got the 2 darks getting out of there. Shining Angel is going to come on out. Boom. So I get into the guy, the Interdimensional Matter Transporter. It's not looking great here in this particular spot, but it is what it is. As we go for Charity, I kind of get over the draw, a little too aggressive on the Charity draw too early. Reveal Scapegoat, and then I'll go ahead and set the Interdimensional Matter Transporter, summon the DD Warrior Lady, and just try to go for a crash. They will go ahead and hit me with another Solemn Judgment. So they did finally use both of their Solemn Judgments, but I think they could have been in a much better spot if that Blade Knight was still around and they had, the same thing could have potentially have happened. Now they get into the Mystic Storm level 2. They're going to bring it out, smack into the Angel. Angel gets Angel. Kaiku comes in on the Angel. Boom. Banish some more lights. I bring out Magician of Faith because I think that's my last viable target. Yeah, I just bring out Magician of Faith, and I can hope for a top deck Tsukiyomi here, which would just be great, but it's not. It's going to be the BLS, and I'll just have to continue to turtling up, turtle time, as I smack into as the Mystic Sword level 2 smacks into the Magician of Faith, and I just rip this thing here. I ripped this here because I want to give myself a chance to draw one of my either my 2 Tsukiyomi or another or something. I can potentially make something happen with that Magician of Faith, or I can get to a Zaborg. I have 3 Zaborgs in my deck. Maybe that can go down, and it just didn't. None of that happened. I'm just going to get hit with a 3rd Solemn Judgment, which feels terrible. Not going to lie, 3 Solemns they all got off in a very odd order, but they all happened. Cool trap cards in the graveyard. Grave's looking good. My Grave's looking pretty good as well. So not I can't really complain too much. If they go ahead and bring out the blade, still not boosting this thing. You got to get that blade to 2,000. That guy wants to be at 2,000. I would probably set the knock and get blown out by heavy there just for that 400 damage and protecting my blade knight. But I top into the snatch steal like the sacker that I am. I could have snatched Kaiku, summon BLS, but I just want to do some fancy snatch this guy and hit into level 2 for a GG. So I sack there at the end. Snatch for game never feels good. The card probably should be banned, but you kind of saw some of the downside of the Interdimensional Matter Transporter. It came in a disjointed time, but it still allowed me to, have an extra attack that this thing withstand or whatever. So, and my opponent wasn't playing the best, but it is what it is. So their hand's kind of brown town. They set one, hit me with the trap, set a couple, hit trap does shoot, send back the DD Warrior Lady. I got snatch. I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play right into a Pro Set Heavy Storm. Like, I just don't care, because I believe, and this is how I believe it's ruled, that if I interdimensional matter here, it should come back to my side of the field, and I get to keep it. I believe. Somebody get in the comment section and let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's how that's ruled here. As I go ahead and smack in for 2,000, just get hit by Mirror Force, pass it on over to my opponent. They got the Ninja Grand Master Sasuke is going to hit me for 1,800, so I just have to eat it. I summon to a creature swap, smack in for 18, and then they're going to eat the 15 from the DD Warrior Lady, which is looking great. Snatch is looking pretty okay for them, as I believe that should be the play. We'll snatch the DD Warrior Lady, but I have it, you see? So they play a snatch steal, which would have been a pretty threatening snatch steal, because this is just a bluff over here. They take the snatch steal, they pop this guy, they can summon a Kaiku or something, and I'm out. I'm down horrendous. But now I went 1-for-1 with one of their best cards in their whole deck, and I'm able to preserve one of my pretty decent cards, and we're chilling. So we go ahead and hit the Blade Knight, smack into the Ninja Grand, bring back the DD Warrior Lady, draw. I have the Breaker, the Magical Warrior. It's going to pop the Dust Tornado, the Chain. So I got played there, and we're going to go ahead and go 1-for-1. I'll take the damage. 16 gets in clean. Kaiku's looking really good there for my opponent, as they're going to go and slam the Kaiku, smack me for 200. So I'm actually looking pretty bad. This is like where the Warriors exactly want to be. I draw into the Torrential Tribute, and I set it, and my opponent is just going to slam right into it. This right here is this play, I think, is way too aggressive. I think this summon is so, especially with Mirror Force looming and TT unaccounted for, I think this summon is completely unnecessary. I think you got to just stick with this Kaiku, the Ghost Destroyer, and just keep running it down until this Kaiku goes. And then if I put another monster on the field, then you can summon. So at least we're going 2 for 2. Because right now you're getting blown out and you have no play to follow up. Where this King Tiger Wangu, that 1,700, there's no way that 1,700 damage is ever worth summoning into this Torrential Tribute. It's not. There's no in no universe that is. If you got it, you got it. No. You hold that King Tiger, you bear down with that Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, and then you vibrate vigorously until I die. Because I don't think I can win. If you just hold that King Tiger, I don't think I can win the game. I think I'll lose. But you know what? That is what it is. That's why we play this game, because everyone's going to make mistakes. No one's going to be perfect. If everyone was a perfect thing, it'll just be a robot game or whatever, and it wouldn't be any fun. But Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer of my own is going to come on down. I'm able to get into the graveyard, taking those light monsters out of there. They get the Jowgen, which is just, I don't know why that's even in the deck. That's got to get up out of there. You got to get Jowgen out of there. Put somebody else in there, anybody at all except for Jowgen, and we'll keep playing. But Kaiku is going to slam into the Jowgen, and then maybe we'll bump Coconuts here. Kaiku, I got Brain Mobius. I'm feeling pretty good about it. They get the Trap Dust Shoot to go off, and we're going to send back the Dual Mode Beast. They see Brain Mobius, and they see BLS, which, I mean, I still could almost... you got to send back. I guess they made the right play. You got to send that thing back. And I get into the Interdimensional Matter Transporter, which is not looking great. I don't even set it up. I just set pass. I get Sangan, which is a great little piece of pressure, coming down with 1,000. And then I'll set up the Matter Transporter just in case of a DD Warrior Lady, I suppose. And now they go ahead and rotor for Dawn. Dawn's going to smack into the Sangan. Sangan will go ahead and search for a Shining Angel. Although I got it too early, you'll get the Dawn rip before the Shining Angel. So we fixed that. Yeah, we'll get the Dawn rip before the Shining Angel goes off. Rip the Mobius. I add back the Shining Angel, and then I believe that should just be a GG, as I'm able to summon the Shining Angel. and then TT is going to blow it up, and they know that I have BLS that's just now live, so they're going to have to scoop it up out of there. So GG's to my opponent. Like I said, I think they made some tremendous errors, and hopefully if they do watch this video someday, Matt, if you're watching this, just know that I'm not making fun of you or trying to make you feel less than, especially if you're just getting into this thing. If you're just learning this GOAT thing, it's kind of complicated. There are a lot of things that a lot of people who play this format for a long time take for granted, and they think that it's just should be common knowledge kind of stuff. But if you just don't know, you don't know. So hopefully if you're watching this, now you know, and then you can become better, and that's it. That's all I want. Because again, I will never sit here and say that I'm the best duelist that ever lived or this or that or hottest, whatever. I'm just all about people getting better, and everything that I know, I will try to ensure someone else knows. And then hopefully the wheel keeps turning. As we're going into the next replay, I'm playing against Xavi XAV 1-1. Xavi XAVI 1-1. Okay, so I got a nice little GOAT control hand opening. They got a nice little turbo open, as they're going to go upstart, set spy, set jog, pass. I get bamboozled immediately with the breaker, take a jog, smack it to a spy, just like he drew it up. Perfect start for the turbo duelist, and now they got their breaker finessed. They got their GK spies up. They got their Thunder Dragons deployed. They got their RBs online, and they're just feeling good about life. Everything is on the ups. But I get into the Delinquent Duo, which is looking pretty great, and I'll smack into the set. They got their Sangan in rotation, and they grab Tsukiyomi here, which is going to be clean out to the breaker, the Magical Warrior. Maybe they can even grab that Sinister Serpent if they felt so inclined. That breaker's not doing a damn thing to them. Like, I don't know why they feel so much pressure on this breaker. Bad boy ain't doing nothing. He's just sitting there walled up by these GK spies. But we'll rip the Delinquent Duo here and then set Magician of Faith just in case this thing can go off. I can get another Delinquent Duo and run away with the game. And Tsukiyomi is going to come down, remove that breaker, the Magic Warrior. See, so that, to me, again, I hate saying misplay. This is misplay, that's a misplay. But had they got the Sinister Serpent right there, they're feeling much better because that duo doesn't hurt nearly as bad. And they would have this breaker like he's literally doing nothing at all. Like, he can't touch you. He can't get in these GK spies or whatever. But maybe you're thinking you get the Sook, you can keep flipping these spies and you start pressuring with these bad boys, get them working for you. So that could be what the blue corner player is thinking. As we're going to get the Magician of Faith to get back to the Delinquent Duo. So we're double duo dueling, as Duo is going to rip the Tsukiyomi, rip the Magician of Faith, and I will summon the Tsukiyomi to set the Magician of Faith, set the creature swap, pass. I set the creep swap just as a bluff. I don't know why I did that. Probably could have kept that in hand, as they'll just MST chop that thing up, and then they'll RB pop Magician of Faith, and then they'll switch just one GK spy to attack position. I'm putting both of those bad boys downhill, and I'm punching down with a full value of 2,400, getting them thing active, doing what they're supposed to be doing. As we're going to jam into the main phase one, Kaiku is going to be 18 on top, and then we're taking out some light monsters from the GY. Is that right? Might as well be. Yeah, they got two more light monsters. If I can get that Kaiku in one more time, they're going to be really hurting for their light mons as I get into the Interdimensional Matter Transporter. So we're going to set it up, and then I was doing such a good job not getting obliterated by a Torrential Tribute. I think I got too hasty. If I'd have just waited one more turn and did literally everything that I'm doing right now, let that Interdimensional Matter Transporter get online, then go for my meta play, I can do what the card is supposed to do. So I'm also playing bad there too. So that's a bit of a misplay. I think I could have just waited, even though I did, get a little bit of value out of this exchange. If I'd have just waited like next turn and did literally what I'm doing right now, I would have been in a much, much, much better situation. However, they're going to blow me up with Torrential Tribute. They get into the Chaos Sorcerer. He's alive, but do you risk sending that bad boy in? And you don't. You're just going to go ahead and chill. I get into the Pot of Greed, so I'm feeling great. Pot goes off, and Shining Angel goes in. Smack him for 14. Pass. They got the Graceful Charity, which is looking great. Again, that Sinister Serpent would have been doing money numbers right now had you had that bad boy. That Graceful's looking much better. These are the things you gotta put into your I got sacked mentality. Is that what could you have done? Getting that Sinister Serpent would have been much better. Your Graceful is 10 times better. All of those duos don't hurt at all, and you're just crushing life. And my breaker just finds his way to the out of play zone or banish or whatever later on. They get to the Liquid Duo. I'll lose Knock. I'll lose Serpent. They'll go for Sork here. Sork will banish the Shining Angel, and I'll just get him out of there. I'll banish him because that's what it's supposed to do. So now Sork has just missed his effect. My Shining Angel's still here. I got just the board play. I got Tribe play. I'm chilling. You know, I'm feeling pretty good about it, as I will go ahead and get back my Sinister Serpent. And I think I make the Tribe play just to do a little bit more damage and try to run out the clock on my opponent. Boom, boom, Snatch is the punish. And they go for Upstart. Upstart gets Tribe. And then now they have Sork. Sork past the banished Tribe, which feels good for me because now I got this as a board play. I left my Serpent. Need to get that bad boy back, but it was GG anyway, so it did not matter, as we're going to go into a game number 2 situation. So again, I didn't play. I made some misplays there. My opponent made a couple misplays, and that's all it takes in Go format. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you're done. You know, you're done. You know, so that's what it is. As they'll go ahead and just come out and they'll set MST pass. Is that the way? Is that the cash money play? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to finesse a breaker or finesse a something, but maybe you get the TT down, as Duo is coming back again with a vengeance. I hate this card. Should be banned. Shining Angel is going to be the punish to your MST Gambit because that Torrential could have blown it up, but you elected to go ahead and set the MST. We're going to Upstart up to the TD, set Serp pass. I will then jam the Nobleman Across out, pop the Spirit Reaper. I'm sorry, not Serp, Spirit Reaper. And then we're going to smack in for 14. Tsukiyomi is going to be the draw. And then we're going to make another slight error. I think if we're going to play MST on the back row, I think it's in phase, gang, because nothing in your situation changed off that Tsukiyomi draw. You're going to Tribe no matter what. So I think you just go ahead and jam that MST in phase, because if this thing is a chainable card, you're feeling played. You know, if this was Dust Shoot or something, you're feeling so bad instead of, you know, what it ended up being. So they're going to Tribe up, smack in for 16. I'll have to absorb that. I get to the Pot of Greed right on time. I go ahead and jam the Heavy Storm, jam the Pot of Greed, and I'll set Magician of Faith, pass it on over. They get the Night Ass, and now I have Magician of Faith flipping, getting back Pot of Greed. So I'm kind of sacking a little bit. I'm kind of sacking my opponent a little bit. They just didn't have the answers on this one, as I'll pop the Night Ass, smack into Tribe Infecting Virus, vibrate. They get into their own pot. Okay, a little balance has been restored. They have Tsukiyomi, which is a clean out to this Zaborg. I could have meted this thing into someone who's a little bit more Souk resilient. Do I know they had the Souk? I can't remember if they had it or not, but it doesn't matter, as Zaborg is going to go ahead and get folded up, send him on to the graveyard, and then I'll bring out the Shining Angel. Shining Angel going to run into Sakuretsu Armor right away. They go ahead and set the Dokoichi. Maybe this is a good point that they could have summoned the Dokoichi, since they have the Tsukiyomi, to play around this damn Nobleman Cross out. It's kind of hard to tell when it's summoned Dokoichi gang or what, but maybe you don't. Maybe you're just afraid that another Kaiku could come too. But this is, I don't know. They're trying to get their flip off. As I summon Tribe just to try to put up some damage. I know they have this Tsukiyomi. I smack in for 16, but I have this Mirror Force. Maybe it's going to be good enough to protect the Tsukiyomi rebuttal. But they have the in-phase Dust Tornado, so I get kind of bamboozled there. As they go ahead and bring out Tsukiyomi now, clap up the Tribe Infecting Virus, and I'm feeling pretty vulnerable, man. I was doing good, and now I'm not, as my GY is not set up. I do not have a Dark Monster required to make this Chaos Sorcerer playable, and I'm just going to have to pass. As they get into the Breaker, the Magical Warrior, they're going to pop me. Never mind, they're not going to pop me. I'm going to chain in the battle phase. They probably could have popped. They probably could have popped, honestly. And I think I should have chained before they could pop, because I have this Snatch. So them attacking actually helped me out a lot. And they're going to go ahead and jam the Delinquent Duo. Duo is going to reveal Snatch Steal, send the Chaos Sorcerer, and then I top the BLS like the sacker that I am. But I did have this meta play too. They would have had Souk, and I would have had another draw, and then the game goes on. So I think that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But GG to my opponent. Again, I got fortunate. I don't think I had the Interdimensional Matter Transporter come up on that one, but still, it is what it is. So I think this is the final replay that I'm going to have for this one. This is the final replay. So make sure you guys get into the comment section. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you guys like the replays, I mean, I like doing the replays. I like doing the live duels, but they both have their strengths and weaknesses of content for me. But let me know what you guys prefer. If you like the live duels or if you like the replays, I can keep doing both. So my hand is absolutely broken. I can't complain. This was just a good day for me. Hands looking groovy as I get the duo again. Duo's just coming my way. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I'm the one who's being duoed all the time, and sometimes I'm the one doing all the duoing, which you just have to accept it. And when I realize my opponent is playing a goat-based strategy, we're going to go ahead and pop and then smack one. I play the charity now since I have the serpent anyway, so I'm just sacking my opponent. They got to be tilting a little bit. It is what it is. As now they have the pretty strong Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, which is going to be up. They have double dagger, and they're going to try to smack in. I will ring up here. Meta would be the punish. They don't have it, and they're going to go ahead and kick back here. I'll get back my serpent, and then I'll battle in, and then I'll just set the Magician of Faith and vibrate vigorously, because if they got knocked, I'm feeling like I'm in an up position. I'd rather just clear the face now, and then I don't have to worry about theirs. They don't have to worry about mine, and we'll just play this kind of game. And I think since I have more cards, I should be in a generally a better spot. And now I get into the boy. So actually, I'm full combo, man. So I go ahead and take it. Whenever I'm full combo, I will take full combo. And now I have the Interdimensional Matter Transporter as well. So I'm feeling like invulnerable when you get this little setup, man. Because if you think about it, they have Tribe Infecting Virus, Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force, maybe DD Warrior Lady, maybe BLS Swing, and that's it. Like in the main deck, really, those are the only cards that can get rid of this thing. So if they don't have one of those cards exactly when they need it, they're going to lose in like 4 turns, because this thing has 2,400 attack and it can kill basically everything in the format that can't remove it. And then when you protect it one time with this Interdimensional Matter Transporter, what else can they do? They can set Spirit Reaper is what they can do, and absolutely hope for the best. As we're going to go ahead and enter into the battle phase, try to attack into the Spirit Reaper, gets walled up. They get the BLS. It is not online as of right now. They'll hit me with a Nobleman Cross out, get rid of my Sinister Serpent, and then they'll set their Snatch Steel, not one to play it because they can't touch the damn King Dragoon. They can't touch him. And now I hit the Snatch Steel on the Spirit Reaper, and then King Dragoon is going to get in for 24, get in for 16. And you're just kind of stuck in the middle with this thing. You get your tribe. And now how ugly is this? How ugly is this? You got the ugliest tribe, because now you have to go try pitch BLS to get rid of Dragon and then crash with Breaker, or maybe even Snatch Breaker if you want. But you're going to go and try pitch BLS, feels terrible, and then you get Matter transported out of there. He just teleports to another universe, and you're like, bro, what is even happening to me right now? And you still got 32 on me, which is great for you, but this guy is coming back. Like, he is coming back with a vengeance, and that is just, it feels so good when that kind of thing can happen. As I get another interdimensional matter, so I'm back-to-back Matter Transporter dueling, so this is when it's at its absolute best, is King Dragoon, low resource, interdimensional matter transportation, and you can't touch it, and you get your second out, so you're like feeling good. You got your Mirror Force up, and you're like, yeah. I go ahead and jam into this Breaker, they Mirror Force, and I get out of there again. I teleport again, and my opponent's got to be like, bro, you got to be kidding me with this. They get into the Whack as Delinquent Duo, probably in existence. They play it before going on into game number 2. So that's one of those times where you can see like the strength in what I'm, at least the theory of what I'm trying to do. Because again, all these decks I show here are always going to be the theory. What can you do? What is possible? And then that's when you, the duelist, the better player, is supposed to build on that, and maybe you can make it better. But this is all just concepts, man. These are all concepts and ideas. Never a finished product, only concepts and ideas. I'm an ideas guy, okay? I'm a concepts guy. I'm not a finished product guy. So help me out and see what we can do to make this thing a more realized product. And maybe it can be a realistic type thing. As we're going to go ahead into a game number 2 situation, as the luck has turned and my opponent is the one going first, playing the good old trend. Hate to see it, love to see it. I set up my Lightning Dart right away, kick it on over to me. They'll hit out the Spirit Reaper again, looking good, and I'll just swap it out. Because I can't afford a Magician of Faith, which they did have in hand, so they did kind of cook me a little bit. I cannot afford the idea of a Magician of Faith re-looping the damn Delinquent Duo, and I'd lose immediately on the spot. So I had to make that play. I get the combo again. So I'm full combo again, and my opponent is headed towards Shambleville, as I'll go ahead and hit the damn King Dragoon. He's back on it again. He's going to smack into the Shining Angel, who will yield me DD Warrior Lady. DD Warrior Lady smacks into the Magician of Faith and gets back to Delinquent Duo, which is just pointless because I don't have any cards in my hand. Who cares? And then Reaper is going to get on in clean for 300. So now I rip the Abyss Soldier, which is quite good. and they get into the Sakuretsu armor, which is quite bad. And here you are with this tribe infecting virus. Again, my board is so sticky right now with your own Spirit Reaper, with this DD Warrior Lady. All my junk requires a discard. And we're going to see how much you have to pay. You kick the dead duo, and guess what? We're teleporting again. Teleportation time. Ninja Vanish out of play. You pay again, hit the DD Warrior Lady. You pay again, hit the Spirit Reaper, and just like that, you just lost all that advantage that you had. And you have to deal with another King Dragoon that you just cannot touch, dude. You can't touch him, dude. He's back. And now I'm bringing out the Zambara the Dark. You can Sakuretsu this thing, but you cannot Sakuretsu armor a King Dragoon. And now here he is, alone and unafraid. You draw Premature Burial, which is great because you can get back that Tribe Infected Virus, but you don't have anything that you can discard. You have to eat that damage. And I'm going to keep summoning, and I'm going to keep smacking in with all that damage. You get into Sakuretsu armor again, you get Premature Burial, and you just have to pay another card to get this thing off the field. And then hope for the best. I get into my own Premature Burial, which is quite good, and I'm able to get back a DD Warrior Lady or the Fusilier Duomo Beast or any, like literally any card in here except for the Shining Angel, and then I could just win with my Shining Angel that I have on the field. So again, tell me what you guys think about this. I know it's not the most meta breaking thing. Okay, we get it. I understand. Everyone is so good at goats all the time. I get it. But maybe this could be something that could be broken into, and maybe it can be developed a little bit more, duelists. Well, that's all I have, duelists. As always, I'm JDZ. I play goats. Until the next time, shout out to all the real ones. Salute to the OGs. Peace.